I know, man. Sex is so good with you, man. I can't even lie, man. You say you like how I do this and that, huh? That's what's up. Hey, what's up? What you doing later on? Hey, pussy was nice last night, no lie. Baby girl, I was too high. You was looking so fly. I'm looking in your eyes like you so beautiful. Sexy tonight. I'm gonna eat it tonight. She like, damn, you a freak. I'm like, baby, I'm geek.
What's up with y'all, man? About to get into this shit, man. About to get into this shit right quick, though, y'all. I ain't got time to waste or nothing, though, but I'm about to get into this shit, like I said. For all y'all people out there, especially the women that's dating the Aries man, or I think I got something in there for men that's dating the Aries woman as well, though. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. This was a special request for somebody, so I hope you enjoy. I got like about 15 minutes of this, so let's get into this, though. Oh, shit. Hold on. Alrighty.
The dark side of Aries men. Aries men are lively and extremely intelligent. They're leaders in their fields. Alas, this makes them very egotistical, despotic, and impatient. Aries is the first zodiac sign that focuses on individualism, ego, leadership, new horizons, and adventures. Aries' focus is on exploring new frontiers and expressing their own vision and creativity. Aries is ruled by Mars, the infamous Lord of War and male libido. Today, you're going to discover the dark side of seemingly cheerful Aries men that they do not hide, but they don't want people to remember. Number 1. Aries are egocentric. These men rarely know how to satiate their partner's needs. Not because they're incapable, but simply because they don't care. Their focus is on themselves, their own gain, and their own pleasure. Both in the back and in the front of their mind, they're always focused on themselves and their own advancement. Aries men only know one way, and that is forward. They do not look back, nor do they look left or right. They just go straight ahead. And if you're not ahead of them, then chances are slim that you're going to be at the center of their attention. Number 2, Aries are angry. Aries men are prone to rage, and they do not shy away from expressing it, whenever and wherever, and in front of whomever. Somewhere deep inside of them, there's a small voice asking them, is this the right way to react? Or is this the right time for this explosion of unnecessary emotions? But it's as if that voice doesn't even exist. Aries have a strong bravado and libido, and if they're thwarted or they come upon a solid resistance, their rage will overflow and explode. They're quick to let it go, calm down, and move on, but sometimes the casualties from their rage cannot be so quick to forgive them. And rightfully so. Number 3, Aries are hot-headed. They don't think things through. Instead, they just act. Like a headless chicken, they're running around, flapping their hands, making noise, but if you ask them, what for? Why are you like this? They wouldn't have a better answer than, just because. They're like small, spoiled children. When they get an idea or see something they want, they'll act all sorts of crazy and childish ways until they get it, or until their head gets split open.
What?
This can be quite tiring, especially for partners who are milder natured, balanced, and seek stability. Aries never learned the lesson of thinking straight and having patience. Number 4, Aries are hasty. This trait can seem cute at first, but as time goes on, one would think that they would evolve their ways and mature. Alas, that's not the case with Aries. These natives are really impatient, and they don't know that sometimes the best things in life come to those who know how to wait. They don't have words like planning and letting things unfold in their vocabulary.
Yeah.
If they thought of something and the idea got them excited, they want it to happen yesterday.
Yes.
And they want to experience it right now.
Yes.
Number 5.
Yes.
Aries are adrenaline junkies. This is not necessarily a bad thing. This makes them interesting. They're in constant need of a challenge, of that exhilarating feeling that can take them to the seventh heaven. They get in all sorts of dangerous situations, and when there isn't one to get into, they create one. This is amusing when you're observing them from the sidelines, but if you get too close to them, you can bet that they're going to drag you along into all sorts of dangerous situations and adventures. And you have to remember that although Aries has a thick skull, you probably do not. Wear a helmet. And number 6,
Wow.
Aries are foolish. This one's okay if you're the type of person who likes to get into funny situations and experience weird outcomes. If you're on a more serious note, however, then this will become an irritable trait of theirs very fast. The only thing Aries takes seriously is winning, being first in whatever they care about. But everything else, they're like a child in a toy store without parental guidance or supervision. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and let us know your thoughts in the comments box.
First off, I'm an Aries, and man, some of the shit he was saying was 50-50, man. Like, wow, that's crazy, though. I guess in some scenarios, though. But I'm going to go ahead and play this other one right quick as well, though. Like I said, I'm going to keep on hitting y'all up with these little zodiac sign things and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, let's get into it and see. Let me see something right quick.
Let's talk about love and romantic compatibility when it comes to dealing with someone that has Aries sun sign. The top 10 things you should know about dating an Aries. Number 10, they love the chase. Aries loves the opportunity to prove that they can get what they want, so they love the chase during the beginning phase of a relationship. Number 9, they will never hesitate to let their opinion be known. I don't know her. They feel that they have the right to be heard, so they're going to express their opinion with confidence in most circumstances.
That's
Number
true.
8, they prefer to call the shots.
You wait right here, man. Don't you move. I don't want you moving. I don't want nobody moving. Soon as I get out, these folks done pull me right back in there.
Aries is a cardinal sign, so they prefer to take the lead on things, and knowing this will help you to not take it personally when they're trying to run everything. Number 7, when they fall in love, it happens fast. They are clear on how they feel and on what they are looking for in that relationship. Number 6, they will lose interest very quickly if they see any signs of overcomplicated behavior. And Aries always feels like there is a simple solution to everything, so if you offer a perspective that involves way too much, they will be over you and your opinion. Number 5, they are impatient and don't like not getting what they want. Number 4, with an Aries, actions speak louder than words. They are much more about doing than they are about talking, so they will also lose interest very quickly if they see you as more of a talker than a doer. Number 3, they love new, exciting adventures. So if you come off as lazy or boring in any way, they will fall out of love just as quickly as they fell in. Number 2, they have a quick temper. They are a fire sign, so when they're angry, they respond like fire, quickly and with a lot of expression. And the number 1 thing you should know about dating an Aries is the best way to attract an Aries is don't hold back. They are not into the idea of someone that has a timid nature, so be unapologetic about who you are, and they will appreciate and be very attracted to your confidence. Now that we are clear on the top 10 things you need to know when it comes to dealing with an Aries sun sign, let's talk about the more detailed information regarding what that Aries would be like depending on what element their moon sign is in.
Damn, I ain't mean to turn it off there, though. But that's crazy as fuck, though, man. That guy's on the nose. But let me get that back to that part right quick.
Let's
All right, where is that? All right.
dating an Aries is the best way to attract an Aries is don't hold back.
Man,
they are not into the idea
this
of
my
someone
guy.
that has a timid nature. So be
Don't
unapologetic
hold
about
back.
who you are, and they will appreciate and be very attracted to your confidence. Now that we are clear.
This is what I meant to do. But that's very true. As an Aries myself, man, I don't like, even though I don't be truly forth, but I like a person that's just confident and don't hold back. Like, I mean, I'm going to accept it whether or not, like, and stuff like. So it just, You got to give me your best shot for the most part, though.
Here on the top 10 things you need to know when it comes to dealing with an Aries sun sign, let's talk about the more detailed information regarding what that Aries would be like depending on what element their moon sign is in. Okay, if you're dealing with an Aries with fire moon, this Aries is double fire, and it will be exactly that. Whether they are an Aries with Aries moon, Aries with Leo moon, or an Aries with Sagittarius moon, you will be dealing with high energy. They will know what they want, they will express it, and they will expect to get it. If they don't get it, don't expect them to respond lightly. They will be loving and giving, but you better believe that they will make sure that they are receiving. If they're not, they're out. Dealing with an Aries that has an air moon. This brings more thought into their emotions. Because air signs perceive the world through their intellect, this will make the Aries a bit more indecisive when it comes to love. We know Aries to be decisive and action-oriented, but if their moon is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, they will be much more intellectual about the relationship. They will ask themselves questions like, is this the person for me? Is this exactly what I want? And don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean that they can't commit, but it does mean that they will question the situation much more. It also lends to them having a much more open mind and not being so impulsive when it comes to their emotional.
That's crazy. 2 of the 3 signs he just put up there, I rock with them too, Geminis and Libras. Like, I fuck with them and shit, like. But that's crazy, though, that he said that, though, especially about 2 of the 3, though.
Inclinations. Dealing with an Aries that has Earth moon. When an Aries has Earth moon, this changes the game a bit because Earth and Fire are from 2 different sides of the zodiac. So if their moon is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this will make the Aries much more practical and also much more stubborn. They will have the typical Aries energy of knowing what they want, but financial security and traditional values will play much more of a role. They will also be far more unwilling to let go of their point in an argument. But once they do finally let go of their point, then they are done for good. And although an Earth moon makes them much more opinionated, it does help with their desire for longevity and commitment to the relationship. Okay, dealing with an Aries that has water moon. First, let me say this. There will be some drama, and it goes both ways. Whether the moon is in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, when it's good, it's drastically good. They will be sweet, sharing, loving, and affectionate. But when it's bad, it is dramatically bad. But either way, you'll never be bored. And
Them 3 signs right there, he hitting them right on the button, because, man, I'm going to have to look at them moon signs again and stuff, because that's crazy, though. Like, I really don't fuck with Pisces in a sense, like, relationship-wise. Like, even though I hear they sweethearts, but it just, I don't know, like, and then Scorpios, like, Cancers, they too damn sensitive and, like, clingy in a sense, like, so, I don't know.
this combo will always be feeling some type of way about whatever is going on, but again, because water is on the other side of the zodiac, it will balance out that Aries tendency to make it all about them. Now, in later videos, I will go more into depth about navigating through a relationship with each individual version of an Aries, meaning I'll take Aries sun sign and explain in detail what that relationship will be like with the Aries if they have each individual moon sign, like Aries with Aries moon, Aries with Taurus moon,
etc.
And I'll give you the best way to make the most out of that relationship. So now that you have the sun sign and the basic moon sign combination, you can look at the placement of your sun and moon and see if it works well with the sun and moon sign combination of the person you're either with or interested in being with.
That's very interesting though, man. Very. Last but not least, let's go on, man, with the Aries topic again. And like I said, this was a special request. So if y'all got any special requests out there on y'all zodiacs and y'all want to know who y'all pair with and what y'all think about y'all mate and all that, I will be glad to oblige, though. So y'all make sure y'all hit me up in the comments, whether Facebook or YouTube, though. Let's go.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. So great to have you here hanging out with me. For those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, you know it is my goal to save and heal all relationships, because if there's one thing I believe in, it is love. So I thought I would do a series on each sign, the good and the bad traits, and give a bit of a guide giving you the top 3 do's, the things to do in order to bring out the best in the person that you're with, and the top 3 don'ts, which would obviously be the things not to do. This way you can do your part to make sure you don't trigger the person that you're with into behaving from their negative traits. And yes, everyone is responsible for their own behavior, but in a relationship, it is best if you work as a team and both have involvement and take responsibility for the well-being of each other. So in this video, we will focus on Aries. I've also received many requests to do the cusps of signs, so I'm also going to give you the goods on the cusps of Aries and how that affects their personality traits. And I'm also going to give you the biggest difference between a male Aries and a female Aries. And last but not least, I'm going to give you the best soulmate matches for Aries. So hopefully, if you have an Aries in your life, this will help you to deepen the connection and create a thriving relationship with the oh-so lovable Ram. Okay, so no more wasting time.
Yours
the good
truly.
and bad qualities of Aries and a quick guide on how to get the best version of them in a relationship.
Let's
go.
go.
Okay, so here are some positive traits of Aries, and then I will give you the top 3 do's in order to bring out the best in your Aries. So some positive traits of Aries are they're energetic, optimistic, open to change, and idealistic. Aries is fiery just like the element fire, and because of this, they are never really lacking in the physical energy department, so they are definitely energetic. And one of the most beautiful things about Aries is their way of initially looking at how something is going to work out instead of thinking how it won't work out. When they're in a good space, they're always thinking in terms of a favorable outcome whenever they take on a task or a challenge. So they're definitely optimistic. Now, even though Aries is very clear on what they want and how they want it, they are still very much open-minded if you bring them a new perspective that makes sense and you have a sense of excitement and optimism when you share it with them. And for sure, another great trait about Aries is they are idealistic. This is similar to optimistic, but it takes it to an even deeper level and brings out the more emotional, romantic side of Aries. This is where they truly believe in the goodness of mankind. Their initial way of looking at things is in the best light possible, and when they're in a good place emotionally, this is the lens through which they see the world, with an innocent and romantic perspective. Now, in order to get the best version of Aries, where they are expressing the positive traits of their sign, here are the top 3 do's. Number 1, do communicate with them directly. Aries are going to be direct with you and will respond favorably if you're direct with them. They don't want to read between the lines, and actually, if you expect them to get a hint or to read between the lines, you will be sadly disappointed. They are not the types that are wondering, I wonder what they meant by that, or what are they thinking right now? They feel like you should say what you mean and mean what you say. So the more you keep it real and out in the open, the smoother the connection with your Aries will be. Number 2, do express your emotions for them willingly and with passion. Aries are a very lovable sign. They are the baby of the fire signs, and that innocent when it comes to love is very pure and vulnerable. So you'll do well with your Aries if you tell them how you feel with your words, but also show them how you feel with physical affection and action. Remember, Aries are very black and white in the way that they think and see things. And like I said, they're not trying to read between the lines. So if you want them to know that you care for them, it must be shown. It can't be lurking under layers of shyness or insecurity. And number 3, do take initiative. If you want to get along with your Aries, they need to know that you are willing to make things happen, not just sit back and watch them do everything. Yes, they are initiators, and they will more than likely take the leading role much of the time, but they do love it and appreciate it when they see that you're willing to put forth effort into the relationship and into the things that matter to both of you. A little effort goes a long way with your Aries. If you keep these dudes going strong, you will experience the purity of your Aries love, their innocence and their raw courage, their belief that anything is possible, and their belief in you and the relationship. Now, when Aries gets triggered, this is what you can expect from the dark side of Aries. They become impulsive, self-centered, domineering, and thoughtless. Now remember, this is only when they're operating from the dark side of who they are. And like it or not, we all have a dark side.
Welcome to the bad side. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, but yes, you cross them enemy lines, boy, you can best believe it's gonna be another world, boy.
Impulsive comes about when they get frustrated and just start making decisions without running them by the person that they're with. They go from we straight to I, and without any consideration of how the other person feels about these choices. The self-centered trait plays right along with the impulsive behavior because they are now operating.
That's one thing about us, boy. I know for myself, I would go for self in a heartbeat if this shit ain't going accordingly, like, boy.
We straight to I, and without any consideration of how the other person feels about these choices. The self-centered trait plays right along with the impulsive behavior because they are now operating only from what they want, which also leads them to being domineering, which means anyone or anything that stands in their way will accept being bossed around by them to become part of their agenda, or will be left in the dust, which if you're in a relationship and you feel the person you're with is leaving you in the dust, this can for sure be considered thoughtless. Now here are the don'ts, the things not to do to make sure that you don't unnecessarily trigger the Aries in your life, which will hopefully help you in keeping the connection with them strong. Okay, number 1, don't play the blame game. If someone goes wrong in the relationship, don't start debating whose fault it is. Aries can be pretty competitive and also pride themselves in doing their best to do the right thing at all times. So if you come at them blaming them for something, they're gonna defend themselves and then explain to you why you are wrong. This is a waste of time and energy for both of you and will only fuel their fire. And trust me, if you fuel the angry fire of an Aries, you will get burned. So when something goes wrong, approach it from a team perspective and go directly to what the two of you can do together in the future to keep the situation from happening again, while discussing the best solution that both of you feel good about. But stay away from blaming. All right, number 2, don't take things personally. Like I said before, Aries are very direct, and because they are the youngest sign of the zodiac, they can very innocently make a comment that could be taken the wrong way. But more times than not, they aren't really thinking, hey, is this a sensitive topic? Will this person take this seriously? It's like when a child looks at your face and you have a pimple and they say, what's that on your face? Or what happened to your face? It's a very innocent and direct observation, but you don't take it personally because it wasn't coming from a malicious place. Aries aren't very malicious, so even if they say something that's a little iffy, give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't take it personally, and if you want anything clarified, like wanting to know what they meant by a certain comment that they made, then just ask them. Remember, being direct is great. They will be more than happy to explain and clear up any miscommunication. Number 3, don't ever try and tell them what to do. Like I've said before in other videos, Aries are a cardinal sign, a leader sign. And even though they can be bossy at times, they don't respond well when someone tries to boss them around. The best way to approach them if you want them to do something is saying, hey, I would love it if you would do this or that, and then ask them what they think about that. Make sure they know that you are open to their thoughts or feelings on the subject, and they will respond much more favorably. And even if they don't want to do your exact request, you two can move forward and negotiate a solution to your request that both of you feel good about. Because if you just bark out a command to an Aries, you will see just how stubborn they can be. But if they know the reason they're doing it is because it will make you happy and means a lot to you, they will be much more likely to at least get close to what it was that you're asking for. So now that you have the do's and don'ts, it's important to know there are many different versions of Aries because we're not just our sun sign. For the different versions of Aries with regard to how their personality will be affected depending on what their moon sign is, check out my video titled Dating an Aries. The second half is all about the different versions based on the element of the moon sign. If you're new to astrology and don't know what a moon sign is, check out either of these 2 videos where I explain what your moon sign is and why it's important. Now, the biggest difference between a male Aries and a female Aries is the Aries male is going to be much less worried about consequences. Not to say he doesn't care what happens, it's actually quite the opposite.
That is crazy because I used to thought women Aries was like men Aries, but they is so opposite. Like, they hella opposite. They ain't even close to a male Aries at all, like, man. And it's just shocking, like.
He cares very much about what happens. He's just focused on what he wants and expects things to go his way. So when he's thinking of what's gonna happen, he only entertains the outcome he wants to see. Whereas an Aries female is gonna have a little bit more forethought and will think more in terms of consequences, even when she's going after what she wants. Also, the Aries female Even though, obviously, both Aries male and female are both leaders, the Aries female will be more concerned with getting people on board with whatever idea she has. Whereas the Aries male, if you aren't into jumping onto his agenda immediately, he isn't too concerned about the idea of going at it alone. He's perfectly fine just saying, I'll do it by myself. He's gonna get done what he wants to get done, regardless of who's coming along for the ride. Now, the Aries female doesn't have a problem doing things on her own either. She just does take into consideration more so trying to get people involved with it first. Now, if push comes to shove and she has to do it on her own, not a problem. Both Aries male and female will go for it solo, no issues. Now let's talk about cusps. So for those of you that are new to astrology, a cusp basically means those people born right when another sign is about to begin. So there are 2 cusps for each sign. For example,
like my brother, he a Taurus Aries, but he was born right on the cuffs, like that April 21st, like, or something, like, it's right on the cuffs. I think May and June, well, all of them got cuffs and shit, like, so.
When Pisces is ending and Aries is beginning, or when Aries is ending and Taurus is beginning. So if you're an Aries and you're born on a cusp, that means you have a birthday in the time frame between March 21st and March 25th, or in the time frame of April 15th to April 19th. It's important to note that it does not change the fact that you are an Aries, nor does it change the traits of your overall sign, but it does tend to amplify or diminish certain traits because of the energy of the sign right before or right after. So when it comes to the March 21st to March 25th cusp, this would be an Aries with some Pisces tendencies. You will still have that part of you that can be impulsive.
Yes! Yes! I knew it was a reason why I don't fuck with the Pisces like that. Like, not to say it just, I ain't need that fishy, iffy stuff with me. Like, but I knew I was in that middle of that Sighting Taurus and the Sighting Aries life. Like,
and headstrong, but you will also have a major part of you that desires peace and spiritual solitude. In romantic relationships, you'll be even more sensitive and compassionate. This will also lead to your depth of creativity, your generosity, your empathic nature, and it will also make you even more compatible with Pisces energy romantically. Now, those Aries that are born April 15th through April 19th, this will make you an Aries with Taurus tendencies. You will be impatient like all Aries are, but you will also be very determined and much more stubborn than the typical Aries. This actually helps a lot with the fact that most Aries are known for being great starters and not the best finishers, but you having those Taurus tendencies will lend to you being much more capable.
That's so crazy, man. And that's one thing I hate about myself, too. I'm a true great starter, boy. But finishing, I'll be like, all right, let me go on to the next one. Or, like, it just get left like, so that is crazy, man.
Of seeing a task through to the end. You'll also give much more attention to your home surroundings and be a little bit more concerned with how neat and clean everything around you is. This will also bring out your traditionally romantic side and lend to you being much more compatible with the Taurus than an Aries usually is. Which leads me to the next topic, which is Aries and their best match for soulmates. So I'm gonna break this down into 3.
My fault. I just thought about that. So he said the Aries between that Pisces sign, and then he gave a little date, and then he gave one on the April. So I must be a hardcore ass Aries, like right in the cuffs of things. Like, that's why I'm probably is special like this. Like, I just know myself and shit, like, so wow.
Categories. First category is the best matches for Aries in no particular order. So the absolute best match for Aries would be Sagittarius, Aquarius, Leo, and Gemini. The second.
Whoa, cut the brakes, time out. Did he just say a Sagittarius? I ain't gonna lie. I can see that and shit in a sense, but they kind of like me in a sense, and I don't know, but I could see that. Aquarius, they just seem like they play games, so I don't know about them. Them kind of like an oddball to me. Leos, I already ain't boogie with them to the max, but I could see me having fun and all that, but that's shocking that them like the 4 tops and shit. And Geminis, of course, which is stunning, not to say that, but I like Libras though and shit, like, so that's crazy though, but I could see why he said that, because I don't know. But this first two right here is crazy. The Aquarius and Sagittarius, though.
Second category are the signs that can work for Aries, but will definitely be tricky and take some extra work. These signs would be Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and being with another Aries.
That, my guy, you is so right, man. I couldn't fuck with another Aries. Taurus either. Who was the other ones he said? Capricorn. All of them is strange to me. Like, I'm serious. Like, let me go back to that list.
Are the signs that can work for Aries, but will definitely be tricky and take some extra work.
Tricky
These signs
is
would
the
be
word.
Pisces, Capricorn,
Yes.
Virgo.
Pisces and Capricorn definitely would be tricky, but I think I can kind of rock with a Cap. Virgo seem like they cool though and shit like, so.
Taurus, and being with another Aries. The third category would be the most challenging matches for Aries, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, and because I personally feel, based on all my experience doing readings, that it is very difficult to be in a relationship with your polar opposite due to the fact that there will be a lot of bickering brought on from seeing the world from two completely opposite perspectives. So the third on this list of most challenging matches would be Libra. Now,
Wow. But I can see that though and stuff. Because me and the Libras, we is totally two different people, man. Like, and that's crazy though.
remember, this is general because it's only based on the sun sign, and knowing the entire chart, the moon sign, the rising sign, and Venus placement are going to play a major role in compatibility, and this is just the sun sign compatibility, and will mostly indicate if you will have things in common and how differently or similarly you will see the world intellectually. You would have to check the moon signs for emotional compatibility and Venus for how the two of you experience pleasure and the type of energy that you're attracted to and why. But just for the sake of this video, we're referencing sun signs. Now, if you want to see a quick synopsis of the relationship with Aries in each of these signs, check out my Instagram page. I have a post that says Aries compatibility.
All right, y'all, that was the end of the videos for the Aries. So if y'all out there dating the Aries and also a woman Aries, y'all know what to expect. He definitely schooled me and shocked me on a lot of things. I ain't gonna cap though, cause I was for sure thought I would have been compatible off top with a Libra, cause Libras kind of give off that patient side and soft side and all that, but I guess me myself being a fire sign, I'm so impatient and I be trying to like, so it's just, I could see where the things can go up and down and like, the first two signs he mentioned was the Sagittarius and the Aquarius is shocking me. Like, I don't know about that Aquarius though. I could see the Sagittarius in a sense, like I could see the Leo and who else you said? Shit. Oh, the Gemini. But that's crazy though, man. All right, with that said, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Y'all listen to nothing but the best of the best, man. That new shit, so I'm gonna let y'all ride out with it, though.
What's up with you, boo? I know, man. Sex is so good with you, man. I can't even lie, man. You say you like how I do this and that, huh? That's what's up. Hey, what's up? What you doing later on? Hey, pussy was nice last night, no lie. Baby girl, I was too high. You was looking so fly. I'm looking in your eyes like you so beautiful. Sexy tonight, I'm gon' eat it tonight. She like, damn, you a freak. I'm like, baby, I'm geek. Sippin' on this wine.